Pop Séries, quem diria que o Alfred, mordomo do Batman, iria ganhar sua série própria? Pois é, Pennyworth conta um pouco da história dele antes dele fazer parte da família Wayne. A gente conversou com o elenco da série para saber todas as novidades da primeira temporada. Então, dá só uma olhada.
It's strange because obviously we've always seen him kind of stiff upper lip, straight guy, and this Alfred's got swag, you know. He's Bruno's script was great, and that was my Bible. I started with that, and he had some great ideas, and we sat down and spoke about, you know, the great thing about when it's a first season like this, you're creating the whole world. So it's 1960s London, yes, but it's a DC 60s London. It's 13 degrees weirder and darker and macabre and strange. But also we're creating, you know, the look, the clothes, the physicality, the sound. So the accent, you know, was a nod to Michael Caine because he's the one who came up with the SAS background, or pushed it properly in the Nolan film. So it's been a blast. Well, it's a by chance meeting, really. Thomas's sister is in the nightclub where Alfred works, and he comes to get her. So the exciting thing is maybe asking the question is, what if that didn't happen? You know, none of this whole thing would have happened. But there he is. But their relationship in the first season, you know, they're not mates really. Alfred doesn't really like it to begin with. But they're kind of thrown together. I always saw it as like two tigers circling each other. There's a mutual intrigue. They're scoping each other out, and you know, Alfred. They both possess something that the other needs. So Thomas has money and status and all these things that Alfred, as a lowly doorman or bouncer at this time, needs to get his business off the ground and get away from that. And Ben hates it when I say this, but Thomas is a wimp, so he needs Alfred's army skills to save the day, really. So as much as they're trying to get away from each other, they're constantly drawn back together.
Yeah, that's been a really fun part of it, actually, is the kind of, we know where he ends up, but we don't know where he begins at all. And I think in the comic books we see, when Alfred obviously tells Bruce about him, that we just see that he's very moral and a do-gooder and an upright citizen. So we know that he ends up with this principled moral character, but like we're looking at in Pennyworth, his journey of how he gets there. And something that Bruno's been really good at as a writer, and I think that it's very a big part of Pennyworth, is that you can't necessarily always tell the difference between our heroes and our villains. There's a lot of grey space in between them. They're not that black and white. And it would have been boring to have just played Thomas as this like kind of super intelligent do-gooder, but he's thrust in some quite kind of morally compromising situations throughout our series. And I know in the comic books he works in medicine. In Pennyworth he's caught up in this kind of like world of this very covert world of espionage and underground intelligence, and he's forced into a world of violence that he's not very comfortable with being a part of. Yeah, in answer to your question, it's been fun to know where he ends up, but it's been even better to kind of like be part of creating where he starts. It's been that me and Emma, that me and Martha Wayne, we know that our DNA goes into make Batman. So it's kind of been like knowing that the moral side of Thomas ends up being the moral side of Bruce, and the unexpected violent side of Bruce we actually get to see in Thomas as well. So I think that just to be remembered as the DNA that then becomes Batman's dad.
Working class woman, she has a sister, and she's a little bit of a liability. She's like me, she's got a bit of a short attention span, and she feels frustrated by the norm, the everyday, and she's sort of found a place to put her talents into working for an extreme far-right political group, which is kind of part of a weird sort of underbelly of civil war that's happening in London. So I think it's kind of very reflective of the current political climate in Britain and America, that there is kind of like this weird 50-50 thing of like good and evil, and everyone butting heads, Trump, Brexit, all of that is happening in the show, but kind of replicated.
Is she one of those kind of people that kind of thrives on chaos? That's where she lives? Or?
I think she's addicted to it, and she doesn't really know very well how to get the human connections that she wants.